What's your role staging in the show Totem?
What my role is, I'm the director of the show, so I'm the technical part of it. So all the people that you see working backstage, and all the people that are now dressed in black, they are working for me and for the show. So what we do is we bring the show in and we make sure that we operate the show so that all the artists are safe and that they can do all their tricks, and that we prepare everything for them. So that's what we are doing. My role is to make sure that all these guys do their job.
Okay. What's your background? How did you come to be involved in the building of this show at the Royal Albert Hall?
I've been working for Cirque now for 11 years, and since in that 11 years I did a lot of the different shows, and I did 4 of the shows in the Royal Albert Hall. So this time last year already I was involved with this show, so it's the first time that they built it in, so this time we're bringing it back. We flew all the way from San Francisco in the USA to bring the show back with 2 very big planes. So after that we had to bring everything inside the hall, so yeah.
What's the biggest technical challenge bringing the show to the Royal Albert Hall this year?
What the biggest technical challenge is, well, there's a few. One of them is what I just mentioned, is that we had to pack everything what you see of the show here into 2 very big airplanes, fly it all the way from San Francisco to London, put it all in a truck to bring it in the center of London, and then we had to set it up. But the problem is here is that you see all these big pieces, they don't fit through all these doors that you see around. So there is a basement in the Royal Albert Hall where every little piece that you see inside here, even all these pieces up in the air, had to be brought in. The problem is that the lift to bring this in is hidden under the stage. So we first had to lift everything up, put it all around in all these seats and everywhere, close the lift, and then build the whole stage. And the second big issue is that what you see, the bridge, the scorpion tail that comes up, it weighs a lot of kilos. And the problem is that to build this on this floor of wood, it's a very delicate project to do, because where you are standing on is this thick of wood, and underneath there's nothing, and then there is just small beams that are holding the floor. So it is very precise to place that bridge exactly on the right structure, so it will hold it for the rest of the show. So
You use exactly the same set as that which is used in the big top?
We are using most of the sets. We are using a few extra things here, because normally we have a big tent around us with 4 masts. Here we don't have the 4 masts because they're not part of this theater. So without the 4 masts, we need to bring in all the extra pieces of trussing, the black metal pieces that you see flying above us. You also see all these wires that are going around, the steel cable. Those are all extra, because in the tent everything is connected to the mast. Here we need to fly them to different points in the hall of the building. So that's a bit different. The other part is that you see all the reeds behind you. The reeds behind us, the last part of it is not what we have in the big top. This is being specially made for the hall, because here the view is much bigger. The people sit almost all around the stage, so we had to bring extra reeds and extra curtains to block the view for the people on what we are all doing backstage. So.
How long does the set take to build here, and what materials and machinery are used to build it?
What we are using to build it here is very different than what we're using to build it in the big top, because in the big top, in the big tent, you can bring a forklift in and you put your rack. So here everything had to be done by hand, or with the use of all the different motors that are in the top of the hall. How much time it will take is, we started on the 26th of December with building, and then we were building for 10 hours a day up till the 1st of January, and we were done. So it takes a lot of extra days as well to build it in here than when we were building it inside the big top. Inside the big top we are done in 2.5–3 days. So here it takes a few days extra just to bring it in by hand and to carry everything out again as well. So.
How
closely do you work with the performers to make sure that the set is safe and comfortable for them to perform on?
How close we work with the performer? We work very, very close. As you can see now, some of the performers are there helping us set up, prepare for the next show. We are all living together in the same buildings and in the same hotels. The people are training, and when they are practicing, they need to work with my guys and with us to make sure that everything is done. But we also have people that work in the kitchen, cooks that we travel with. There's people that do all the paperwork for us. So there's a lot of people. It's like a big family on tour of 125 people that are all working and have to work together to make this show happen. So everybody's working with the artist and for the artist to make sure that everything is done and that everything shines when we perform a show. Yeah.
What have you most achieved during the show?
What we have achieved during the show? Every night we achieve the applause of so many people that are watching the show and that are amazed by all the acts. What we achieve with the technical team is that nobody sees what we exactly are doing. And so they only see what the artists are doing and what they are performing. So that's why it helps that all the guys are wearing black, so you hardly see them when it's very dark. They're kind of the ninjas, so to say. But what we achieve is to make sure that the public is enjoying the show and that the artists are always safe, whatever they do on the stage.
How do you aspire to make your show even better?
What we need to do is every time we have a few of the people, some of them are leaving to go for other jobs and so on. So the biggest challenge, what we always need to look for, is to make sure that all the people that are working for the Cirque are very well trained, have the right schooling, have the right background, have all the safety measures in place so that they can work safe and that we can continue to give a very, very good show. And then apart from that, we are working with the artists to make all the acts that you saw today always a little bit better, and training and making a new trick into the existing acts. So that's the other part. So there's two parts: making sure that we give a good show, how it is, and working on making some of the acts better, so to say. So that's a long process.